Good morning, boys. Today we will solve October number 2016 variant 43. And I'm showing you our past paper. I gave you the attachment, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is the question. So everybody look this. This is our first page. This is the problem. See, Ifrat wants to join, but he couldn't. Okay. So everyone look at the first page. And here I'll show you the second question. Second page, actually, the first question, second page, look at this diagram. In vitro fertilization, IVF, this is a process, and they have given you the picture. Look here, through the injection, look at the that ovary, that round structure, that is actually egg cell, right? They have taken it through the injection, and they are keeping it in the petri dish, where they added the sperm cell and the zygote. Fertilization, after fertilization, zygote has formed. Now if you look at this diagram, they're asking the name of the structure A, structure B, and structure D. A is vagina, you know this, and then second one is oviduct, right? The B is oviduct or fallopian tube, whatever you are writing, no problem.
D is sperm.
Sperm.
Yes.
Cell.
It is becoming paused, no problem. So, and what is D?
Sperm.
D sperm cell.
Yeah, or that male gamete also, if you're writing, no problem. Now, state the purpose of syringe C. So look at the syringe C.
To
What
take
is
eggs
the-
out of the ovary.
Removing
Yes,
the
to
egg.
remove the egg cell from the ovary. Thank you, it's correct. Now, the next question, name a hormone that would be injected to stimulate egg cell development. Boys, egg cell development, not the line.
FSH. FSH.
Yes. So that follicle stimulating hormone, or if you're writing luteinizing hormone, so also correct. Now state when during the menstrual cycle this hormone should be injected.
Menstruation.
Before ovulation.
Yeah, it means within 1 to 10 days, not after 14. Draw an X to show the position where the embryo could place. See here, look at this black color, this one, black layer, the endometrium wall. Boys, I told you the uterus has 12, one is inside, one is endometrium, and outside is myometrium. So endometrium, they are showing you 1 place, 2 place, 3 places, right? Maximum time, any of these places, you can that draw an arrow and write X. Okay. Now we will go next page, page number 3. Page 3, discuss the social implications of IVF. This also in your notes, you have this question.
Yes.
Just to make it clear, boys, IVF or in vitro fertilization allow infertile couple, or sometimes nowadays, you know that many parents are their single parent. Even that Western country, many people are not going for this marriage relationship also. So this kind of single parent, if they want to have the child, they can go for this IVF process. But IVF may not treat the infertility. Okay, and you can't say that in vitro fertilization treats infertility successfully. It may lead in that another problem is it is going to lead multiple birth, because to increase the chances, doctors most of the time they are giving 3 embryo they are that placing in the endometrium wall. And many times 3 embryo has fell down, so the treatment process has to go again. And it is another disadvantage that couple has to take the treatment. That it is not sure. Even the doctor also can't say that at a time by placing this embryo, the first trial you will get the result perfectly. Sometimes 3 embryo has fallen down, or sometimes 3 embryos are coming. Now, what happens? See, this is the reason, that fertility treatment is very expensive. There is religious and ethical issue about IVF, and many people do not support. Is my mic is working?
No.
No.
I'm here. I need to record. So now I have to mute my mic and I have to open the mobile mic. Okay, no problem. If you're listening, it's okay. So this IVF treatment may not be successful or may lead to multiple birth, and that this treatment is very expensive. Everybody can't afford it. And there is another problem, the religious or ethical issue about IVF, because many people do not support to waste of embryo. Now wait, one boy is waiting. I don't know, today is different process. This
it updated
different
much.
way. The Zoom is not coming in previous way. Anyway, okay. So that whenever doctors are preparing, you saw that the petri dish picture that lots of embryo they have produced, but all the embryos, okay, are not they're checking that that good quality embryo, healthy embryo, they are inserting it to the endometrium wall, and rest is waste. So if it is like that, so ethically we cannot allow this thing, because there is an ethical issue about the unused embryo. Every embryo is a potential human being. So these are all, sometimes these embryo, they are going for the stem cell therapy research also, but who is going to support this? So this is another thing. Now I'm going to the next question. Look, this question, you know the answer, but at a glance, you will be confused. Oh my God, what is this? Pectinase, this is an enzyme used in the production of fruit juice. Describe in detail how enzymes function, using pectinase as an example. Okay, here, what you need to do, you need to write all the enzyme function first, and then you will write about the pectinase by using it as an example. See, how you are going to write all the enzyme property, you are going to write it in exactly in that way. Enzymes are proteins, and all the enzymes are specific. They can be used again and again, and they become unchanged after the reaction. Enzymes do not start or stop the reaction. They just speed up the reaction, which lowers the activation energy needed for the reaction, right? And also to create successful collision. All enzymes have active site. If the shape of the substrate and the shape of the active site fits together, they form enzyme substrate complex. An enzyme has optimum temperature, and it is very sensitive with the pH. So too much heat and incorrect pH denatured the enzyme. So these all story I told about the properties of enzyme. Now you will just give an example. Substrate pectin found in the cell wall of fruits, which hold the cells. Pectinase break down the pectin, and fruit juice can extract easily. So volume of juice will be more clear and cheaper. So boys, you understood this question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any problem?
No.
So this type of question, if it is coming, you are going to write first the enzyme, all the characteristics, how they're working, what is enzyme and their functions, everything, and then you will give this the example. You know the pectin, which is stick the cell wall together, right? So if you're using pectinase enzyme, the cell wall will break down quickly and you can squeeze the juice easily and the juice will be more clear, more amount and more cheaper. Now boys, that you have seen there is a notice from that Anju for you all, right?
Yes.
To clear
Yep.
your dues. So it is a request for you all to clear your dues, because as the teachers are taking classes and and you know that the house rent, these all, there are some basic costs. You cannot stop it. So if the students are not paying, it will be a problem for the school also. So it is a gentle request to everyone. So clear the dues and allow the school to run properly. Next question. An experiment to test the effect of size of an apple pieces. Apple pieces on activity of pectinase was performed by a group of students. So they have used what? They have measuring cylinder, funnel, filter paper. Now describe how the student should use the measuring cylinder to obtain accurate measurement of the volume. So measuring cylinder, if you want to use accurately, first thing you need to do, that is you need to keep it in a
Read
flat
at the
surface.
bottom of meniscus.
Yes, right. Place the measuring cylinder on a flat surface and remove the funnel. See, whenever you are removing the funnel, make sure the bottom of the funnel, there will be lots of liquid, right? So you have to hold it so that the drops all will be falling down. And another thing, I'm giving you 3 points. So read the eye level to avoid errors of parallax, right?
Yeah.
Or that someone was telling me read the bottom of meniscus. You can do. So I have given you 3 options. Any 2, if you're writing, you'll get 2 marks. Place the measuring cylinder on a flat surface, remove the funnel and make sure all the drops have fallen on the bottom. Read at the eye level to avoid error of parallax. Now, this question has over. We will be moving on the next phase. Now, next phase, look at this question. Student added 1.5 cubic centimeter of pectinase solution to the pieces of apple in a beaker. Then they poured this mixture into the funnel. They found that it took 10 minutes to collect 19 cubic centimeter juice. Calculate the rate of enzyme reaction. Show your working. Now, this is very easy. You will just divide. 19 divided by 10. 1.9 and whole number will be 2. So total amount is 19, 10 minutes. Rate, right? You know how to find the rate. The total amount collected divided by the time.
Yeah.
This is the rate. And next question, this is actually, if you read the question, it is easy. The student performed for 4 experiments using different ways to prepare the apples. The same total mass and type of apple was used each time. It means same mass and same type of apple you are using, but they have cut it into different way. Look at this question. They are first in A, they have, someone is giving me one message. Let's see. Okay, 0.5 cubic centimeter apple cubes, and then another group, they are doing it 1 cubic centimeter apple cubes, and that another one using whole peeled small apples and whole unpeeled small apples. Now predict and explain. Boys, predict and explain.
0.5 centimeter cube, because it provides less
more surface area. A. Good. Mizan, your answer is correct. And now they're asking that predict and explain. So 0.5 cubic centimeter apple cubes, because A is the smallest cube which have large surface area than the volume. So enzyme work faster and gives the result quickly. So this is the answer. Thank you, Mizan. Your answer is correct. Now I'll be going question number 3. Now look this question. The length of the small intestine was measured in 4 the types of mammals. Look the table.
Okay.
Now, here they are asking you, but if you're noticing this, see the length of the small intestine, the more it is, the length of the small intestine relative to body mass, that is less. So here, insect eating bat, the least length of the small intestine, only 90. But length of the small intestine relative to body mass, that is 2.30. But the human is the highest, 52 centimeter. But the relative ratio is 0.01. So here they are asking you, use the information, okay, from the table to compare the length of the small intestine in the 4 mammals. So how to explain this? Human has the largest 552 centimeter small intestine, and insect eating bat has the shortest 19 centimeter small intestine. Length of the small intestine in rat and domestic cat are very similar, 98 to 104 centimeter. But there is negative correlation between the length of the small intestine and length of the relative to body mass. According to the relative body mass, bat is much larger than other mammals because it's that relative body mass with the small intestine is 2.30 centimeter per gram. So you need to explain. I told you so many things, no need to explain so many things, but you have to explain about the 4 mammals. Here, this is the reason, many times. Yes, Amanullah, you want to ask us anything, Amanullah? Amanullah raised his hand.
No, miss, mistakenly.
Okay, if you have any question, you can write also, no problem. But boys, sometimes what happens, you are not getting 3 out of 3. The reason is, look at this. They are asking the length of the small intestine of the 4 mammals. So if you are not mentioning the 4 mammals situation, you will not get full marks. So short way, you need to write them all. Okay. So this is the answer. That just information. Use the information from the table. Is very easy. Now, if we are going to next question. This diagram shows a short length of the small intestine of a mammal. The function of the small intestine is absorption. You know this thing. Outer surface, inner surface, and the lumen. Describe how a molecule of the glucose passes from the lumen of the small intestine to the blood. Boys, lumen of the small intestine. After digestion, you know that the food molecule has been absorbed. The absorption of food molecule, remember that villi, microvilli, and then it will be in the blood. Through the capillary, it will be in the blood. From the blood, through the hepatic portal vein, it will go to the liver. But that was not the question. How the molecules of the glucose passes from the lumen to the small intestine. And you know about the diffusion, active transport, and the lactease function. So here we will talk about, they are asking about only glucose. So no need to talk about the lactease. The answer will be, from the lumen of the small intestine, glucose molecules moves through the epithelial cell of the villi and microvilli. Then it moves into the capillaries across the cell membrane by active transport or by diffusion or active transport. They use energy which comes from the cell respiration for the movement against the concentration gradient. Then the glucose molecule passes into the blood. So it means the glucose molecule will crosses through the diffusion until the concentration gradients are that high and low. And if it is become equal or that inside becomes that higher, in that time they start performing that active transport. So this is the answer. So answer of this question also is clear. Now we will be moving on next question. So look at this question. Measurements were taken of the inner and outer surface area of the 2 pairs of the small intestine for the 4 mammals in table 3.1. Table 3.1 means the result was shown. Look, that is the table 3.1. They have given you, if you are going back, the beginning of the question, they have given you a table, right? Look, this is the table 3.1. So this measurement were taken, the inner and outer surface area, And they prepared this table 3.2. Look, this is the table 3.2. Suggests which mammal has the most villi per centimeter of the
Bat.
small
Insect eating
intestine.
bat. Insect eating
Bat.
bat.
Good, insect-eating bat. The duodenum is more effective than the ileum at absorption. Use the information in table 3.2
Because
to explain
ratio is
why.
higher. Because
Yes,
ratio is
good.
higher.
Yes,
And
excellent.
inner
And
surface
after
area.
telling the ratios
Higher
are
inner
higher in
surface.
duodenum, because duodenum contain more villi than and microvilli, which increases more surface area than ileum. So explanation time you have to give your answer is correct. The ratios are higher in duodenum because the explanation will be you will going to write like that. Because duodenum contain more villi and more microvilli, which increases the inner surface area than ileum. Then give one data like for human ratio, the inner surface area and outer surface area duodenum is 7.1, and in the lumen it is 3.1. Just one data, because 3 marks, that's why. So boys, outline the roles of bile. This is a common question. I hope you know this all. Just to make you remember, that is, bile is a yellowish green alkaline watery liquid. It does not contain enzyme. It just breaks down the large fat globule into small droplets. This is called emulsification. So emulsification means it just makes the particles smaller, do not contain enzymes, so foods are not digesting chemically. It just increases surface area. You can say emulsification is a mechanical digestion, and it neutralizes the acidity of the kind which is coming from the stomach, and it makes the bile main function. It makes it easy for the lipase enzyme to digest them and reduce the acidity. So by neutralizing them, so the lipase enzyme can break down the fats to fatty acid and glycerol, as that after emulsification, fats become very small droplets. And this also provides alkaline medium for different protease enzyme. So boys, you know this, the answer very well. The role of bile, which is producing in the bile is a green watery, yellowish green alkaline water liquid, which produces in the liver but stored in the gallbladder through the bile duct. It comes to the duodenum. And it just break down the large the fat molecule into small fat globules into small droplets, which is known as emulsification. And this increases the surface area and makes it easier for the lipase enzyme to break down fat to fatty acid and glycerol, and also provide the alkaline medium for that working for different protease enzyme properly. So this is the answer. Now we will be going next page. Tobacco smoke. Boys, here this question, look, explain why nicotine is a drug. And we don't know this answer because in the notes, I didn't give you this type of question, but I gave you what is drug, right?
Yes.
So we'll just
this
use
nicotine, this
nicotine.
word you will use in that drug definition. So any types of that questions are coming like that you don't have direct answer, but you have the similar answer, so you will mix this answer. Actually, that will be the correct answer. So explain why nicotine is the drug. What is the drug definition? You will blend it with the nicotine. Like nicotine is the chemical substance taken into the body through tobacco smoke, and it modifies or affects chemical reactions. Someone is talking. Please mute your mic. Hello.
Yes.
Are you listening what I'm telling?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so nicotine is a chemical substance taken into the body through the tobacco smoke, and it modifies or affects chemical reaction in the body. It is highly addictive and causes severe withdrawal symptoms when stopped. So this is the answer. And second question, describe the effect on the gas exchange system of the following components of tobacco smoke. You know this answer is also in the note. Carbon monoxide, which is a poisonous gas, and diffuse from the lung into the blood. Please, you can switch off your microphone, please. So this carbon monoxide diffuses from the lungs into the blood and combines with hemoglobin form carboxyhemoglobin. It means that less oxygen is carried and the body cells are deprived of the oxygen. So that you will not get enough energy, lack of aerobic respiration, and you will be tired, or the fatigue will be every time. And sometimes regular normal work also you couldn't do. So just 2 points here you need to write. Now tar, you know that this tar, this cigarette contain this substance is very dangerous, because tar contain many different chemicals. Around 16 of them are carcinogenic. So cigarette, I told you that smoking, there is no benefits of it. Some people are telling if they're not smoking, they are not feeling hungry, they are they are having headache. Okay, these are all actually addiction symptom. This is not a problem. So the person is not smoking, they don't have this problem. So the person, those who are having this smoking problem, they're always having this thing. So tar contain many different chemicals, and some of them are carcinogenic and causes lung cancer. Because tar stick and damage the cilia and alveoli and produces more mucus, this causes infection and reduce the gas exchange system. And this COVID-19 virus also destroy your lung. Normally, whenever we are having any respiratory problem, in upper part of the lung are affected. But this COVID-19, it goes in the second part of the lung, and it just destroy your alveoli. So the lung become watery, and it couldn't be able to supply that oxygen to all the parts of the body. And our organ without oxygen, they will not be able to work. And see that as Saudi Arabia is dry country, they have a high chance to spread this virus. Even their temperature is giving us the benefits. High temperature, more than 32 temperature, makes it 90% inactive, but less humidity is the problem. This factor of the humidity factor of the transpiration, the osmosis, right? So when a person sneezes, okay, so at a time the huge droplet comes to the outside, right?
Yeah.
Boys. So this droplet, suppose a small circle droplet inside the virus, and around the virus there is a water layer. So if outside is less water, this water will come out from inside to outside. So the droplet will be small. So it can jump and float through the air more easily compared to the big one. So if the droplet is big, it will be heavy, it will fall on one place. If the humidity, like Bangladesh, why it is benefited for Bangladesh? See, Bangladesh temperature also high, humidity also high. As outside humidity is more, so this outside layer of the water is not coming out. So the virus is falling on it's become heavy. Through the sneezing from another person's body, it is coming, it's falling down. But even though this virus is showing so different characteristics, the different country, according to the weather, it is showing different characteristics. So scientists also couldn't understand what to say about this. Now, next question, a study compared the percentage of men and women and which age between 35 and 54 years who smoked cigarette. The annual death rate caused by the lung cancer was also recorded. The first question is easy. Second question is a problem. Now, first question they're asking, use the data to show figure 4.1 to compare the percentage of men and women who smoked cigarette between 1950 to 1998. Now, look at this. So, some students are not, they are not mute their microphone. From where the sound is coming? Yeah, everything is from, that's how you, okay, now use the data. So boys, that I hope you are listening to me, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now look,
Yes.
that if you are looking this graph, we will be talking about the first graph, okay? Here, smoking percentage and the year. So for 4 marks, minimum 4 points you are going to give, where you will completely, you describe it that's properly. Look, more men smoked between 1950 to 1998 than women, right? Both percentage decrease between 1970 and 1998. Now, overall drop in man is more, from 82 to 38. Studying and look, 82 and the end is 38. Then women, from 40 to 28. In 1950 to 1970, percentage of the smoking in man decreasing. Look, this time the man percentage is decreasing, but women is increasing. The women is increasing. Before 1970, there is a larger differences between men and women. But then after 1970, maximum percentage of the smoking for women was 50% and for men was 82%. So boys, tell me till this much, because I have less than 1 minute. I'm going to send you the link again. Hope that it will work well. So from page 13, I will explain in my next link, okay? From page 13.
Okay, miss, no problem.
So please join again with me.
Yeah.
Okay, we are going to start our second session, boys. We are going to start from page number 13. We have stopped here. Page 13. Check. I hope you all are here.
Yes.
Now, page 13. This question is a bit complicated. Look. Here they're asking, use the information from both the graph 4.1 to discuss the link between smoking and lung cancer. 2 people are waiting. Admit all. Okay, boys, see. Now, if you are looking at this this question explanation, you understood this question. They're asking both the graph by using that information to discuss the link between the smoking and lung cancer. Look, now this question to explain, you need to look at this graph. Now, what is the answer? See, number of death by lung cancer shows similar trend as percentage of a smoker, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. There was a correlation in both men and women. In 1950, the percentage of the smoking in man was 82%, and the annual death rate was 52%, right? Check the diagram. In women, 1950, the percentage of smoking is 40, and the death rate is 8. The death was 8 rate. And death rate of man is decreasing. And in 1998, it was 19, right, the person. But the death rate in women is increasing. And at 1998, it becomes 12. It was 12. So this is the way you need to explain. I'll just tell this answer again, because here there is that 4 data. And boys, this time, 2019, this type of question came.
So nowadays they are giving two graphs where that 3-4 data is there, and you have to correlate, you have to explain this up and down with the relationship. So this is only 4, sometimes 6 also it is coming. So again, I'm telling you the answer. Look at the graph. Number of death by lung cancer shows similar trend as percentage of a smoker. There was a correlation in both men and women. In 1950, the percentage of smoking in men is 82% and the annual death rate is 32%. In women, 1950, the percentage of smoking is 40 and the death rate is 8. Death rate of man is decreasing, and in 1998 it was 90. But death rate in women is increasing, and at 1998 it was 12. So this is the answer you just explained by comparing these two that graph with the data. Now explain why it is recommended that the pregnant women they shouldn't smoke, because of nicotine and carbon monoxide. These two, nicotine and carbon monoxide, can cross the placenta and can enter the fetus blood. See? And it increases the risk of miscarriage, premature birth, low birth weight, and deformities, and also reduces the oxygen supply to the fetus and causes the fatal the brain damage, increases the risk of the infection also. So no need to write so many things, just 3 points you need to write. So I hope it's clear.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Pretty clear.
Okay, now who is talking? Okay, now we are going to start next page. Our next page is blank. Okay. Describe the structure of DNA. Boys, there's nothing new for you all, right? DNA looks like a double helix, spiral, ladder-like. Two sides of the frames are formed by alternative sugar phosphate connection. It has 4 bases. Adenine joined with the thymine by 2 hydrogen bond, and guanine joined with the cytosine by 3 hydrogen bond. And in between, there is the frame, the inner side is a pair of nitrogen bases are present. Describe the functions of the gene that codes for a protein.
Codes for a protein.
Boys, you need to memorize the notes perfectly. Otherwise, you cannot be able to write. Even the school is going to arrange an exam. That exam also, if you are not revising the notes, you will forget everything.
Miss one.
Yes, Mudasir.
When is it the exam?
When the school will open, and if it is not possible, that we can take it online also. Let's see. But you have to, because you know that you need a report card. Without report card, how you are going to be grade 11? You people are thinking, okay, no need to give the exam. You will take the certificates. And I don't know, I heard yesterday 10C maximum boys are going for that withdrawal process. Okay, that's your choice. But school will take an exam, because otherwise how you are going to be in grade 11? Ministry wants your report card, right? And even though if you go for the admission and everywhere, you need to show the report card, right? For the transcript also, you need grade 10 report card. And grade 10 report card, you don't have final term. Then actually mock exam, we are using as a final term. So that we'll convert this mock exam and that into 100, then we are writing it in the final term report cards. But as we couldn't do it, school need to do it because of this transcription problem. So there will be an exam in the school. There is no doubt about this. Now, so if the way I have seen that many students, I'm not pointing anyone, that simple question also you couldn't be able to answer. It shows that you are not revising the notes. Okay, so molecular biologists identified a gene found in all the species of bacteria in the mitochondria. State the functions of mitochondria. That aerobic respiration, right? Happen in mitochondria, release energy. Now, so this sound is coming from Sad's house. So when I mute him, this sound is not coming. So please, that if there is extra sound, switch off your microphone. Next question. Some of the scientists think that the mitochondria evolved from bacteria because they are similar in size and structure. Bacteria belong to the prokaryotic kingdom, give two features of all prokaryotes. See, they are unicellular, you know this thing. They do not have true nucleus, no mitochondria. They have that plasmid. Any two feature you can write. Boys, this question you need, they're asking, look at the branch. They're asking that family tree, those who have less differences, they are more close. Look here. So A and look, this A and B, 29. Okay, this A and C, 26. So A and F is very close, only 3. So that number of differences, the less differences, the more similarity. So like that way, you have to consider this all, and you have to find out the similarity. Here, look, from the beginning, the one which is not related with the family tree, look, this A is totally not connected with F, not a single way. At least they are connected with B, C, but A and that F, okay, is not connected here. So A and F you can write in the bottom, and as they have given this E and G, you can consider then C, D, B according to that. See that G, and they're asking you E and G. So the E and G is 6. So less differences. So with E, after that 6, what is the relationship? If you are thinking that after 6, if you are going to that, look at this C with this C and then that E or G related to, you have to find out related to E and G. So C is also similar, that after 6 it is the least one differences. So C, and then if you're going to the D, so with the D with E and G.
D with B.
D with B, yes. So this is the way you have to find out. Let's find the differences and the result. Suggests why using DNA sequences is a useful method to identify the species of bacteria, because DNA species within a species are very similar and more accurate. It's very easy also. Next question, see boys, this is very easy question. Name one feature of the dicot leaves. Tell me the answer.
Branching veins.
Yeah, broad leaves, anything you can say. And why leaf is an organ? You will give the organ definition by using the leaf. Leaf is made up of group of tissue that work together to perform a specific function. So if not leaf, if it is coming flower, why flower is an organ, where roots is an organ, anything, it's coming like that, you'll give organ definition with the question. So the balanced chemical equation, there is nothing to say. Now here, if you look at this diagram, one dicotyledonous that leaf, after scanning electron microscope, they have given. So you can understand, look, this is the epidermal layer, and this after that, look at this J, the palisade layer, and here is the vein and the lower epidermis, right? Now the question is, layer J, look, now tell me the name of layer J. What is the name of layer J?
Wait, means where?
J, look at the diagram.
Palisade
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 mesophyll.
mesophyll. You are right. And what is the adaptation which
More
is for the
chloroplasts.
photosynthesis?
more chloroplast to absorb more
Stay
sunlight.
upright. Stacked upright.
Yes. Tightly packed, oblong shape, contain lots of chloroplast. You have given a lot of points and everything is correct. And so this is the, what is oblong shape mean? What does it mean, oblong shape mean?
Like the long structure.
Length is more than breadth. Length is more than breadth. So this is the adaptation for photosynthesis of layer J. Now look at layer K. What is the name of layer K?
Upper epidermis.
Excellent. And what is the adaptation of layer K, which is helping for the photosynthesis?
Allows light to pass through.
Because it's transparent. Excellent. So layer K is upper epidermis. Its adaptation for photosynthesis is this is the transparent and allow the light to pass through. What is layer L?
Spongy
Spongy
mesophyll.
Mesophyll.
Excellent. Spongy mesophyll layer. What is the adaptation?
Allows gas
Has
exchange.
air
Oh,
spaces.
gas exchange.
Adaptation, not the function.
Oh, it has air
Most
spaces.
surfaces,
There's air
yeah.
spaces in between them.
And it is loosely packed, boys. It is loosely packed and have air spaces to allow oxygen and carbon dioxide diffuses or to allow gas exchange, whatever is the answer. But you have to tell the adaptation because look at the question. The question is adaptation for photosynthesis. It means the structure adaptation you need to like layer J, I told you that tightly packed oblong shape contain a lot of chloroplast. Layer K, we told you that it is transparent and allow the light to pass through. And layer L, we told you loosely packed and have air spaces to allow carbon dioxide and oxygen to diffuse to and from all the cells. And which also you can write about gas exchange. Same. Plant need nitrate ion for growth. Why? I need the answer from you.
Nitrates are
They are
used
needed to make
source.
amino acids.
And amino acids are used to make
Mahir, could you
proteins.
please use your microphone to answer this? He's answering from another room.
Nitrates are used for making protein.
But
No,
for 3
first
marks, what to write?
amino acids. Like
Yes, first amino acid, then protein.
Then amino
Yeah.
acids are used to make proteins.
Yeah,
And
and
these
proteins are
proteins are
needed for
used for
growth.
growth, cell wall, and making cell wall and those
Ambulsi.
kind of
Okay,
stuff.
fine. I said
Good, but
ambulsi.
so whenever we are going to start writing for 3 marks, plant absorb nitrate ion from soil. Nitrates are usable source of nitrogen, which is needed to make amino acid and then protein. Proteins are needed to make DNA, RNA, new cells, which causes growth. Without nitrate ion, yes, cell wall means this all the parts of the cell. Without nitrate ion, plant growth will be less or slow down, and the leaves will be yellow in color or the stunted growth. This is all you need to write. Why the plants need nitrate ion for the growth, that you will explain, and you need to write 1 or 2 lines because total 3 marks. I told you more different points will be in your answer. Your examiner will be happy. So now that one thing, tell me the name of the 4 bases of this that DNA.
Adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine.
Tell how adenine is combining with which bases?
A and T, adenine and
A and T
thymine.
with how many bonds?
2.
This is hydrogen bond or carbon bond?
I don't know.
Why? I
Hydrogen?
explained just
I guess
before.
hydrogen. I think
Hydrogen bond, yes.
Yes.
That adenine with A with T, thymine, right? With 2 hydrogen bond. And then guanine with
Cytosine,
cytosine with how many hydrogen bond?
3.
3. So this this type of questions are also coming, and this is clearly from the notes. And if you're not memorizing the notes, you couldn't be able to answer this all. So boys, this is the whole past paper. This finished. 19 pages. Now I need to ask you a few questions that let's see you can answer or not.
Okay, miss.
Yeah.
2 features of all prokaryotes. Tell me.
All prokaryotes all have cell membrane.
Unicellular.
They are unicellular.
All have cell membrane.
Do not have cell membrane. Nuclear, sorry, do not have nuclear membrane. Cell membrane, yes, cell membrane that as their cell, but do not have nuclear membrane.
Okay.
So do not have cell membrane, they are unicellular. Your both the points are right.
Let's go.
Now, small question. Let's see that you can remember after solving. Now, what happened when pregnant women is smoking? What could be the effect of the fetus?
The gas
the
exchange will not
fetus,
take place perfectly in the fetus.
The harmful
Gas,
substances can
What-
pass
what?
through placenta.
gas exchange something.
Guess
The-
if you don't be
something.
confirmed, don't tell the answer. Otherwise, you can try to answer.
like the
The
toxic
harmful substances
materials can cross the
placenta.
placenta.
Okay, that smoke, that substance like nicotine, carbon dioxide can cross the placenta, but question was not that. Question was what could happen to the fetus if the
It can
pregnant
it can
women
become
cross the-
abnormal.
If the
or like-
process
yeah, it
happen,
will
then
cross, I
the-
understood. But what is the effect on fetus?
then the fetus
Deformed.
will be deformed or
Fetus would
maybe
deform.
miscarriage. Yeah, maybe miscarriage.
Yeah, it can be abnormal
Yes,
fetus.
miscarriage. Yes, এটাই তো বললাম abnormal.
It reduces oxygen. You told gas exchange, right? It is
I
partially
told,
correct. It
yeah.
reduces the oxygen supply to the fetus. So it damages the fetus brain, creates abnormal deformities, and increase the risk of infection. So the question was not what are the substances is going through the placenta to the fetus. Question was the effect. This graphical representation is not a problem, but nowadays these graph questions are coming, that big marks, that big question with 6-7 marks like that. These also, you know, why nicotine is a drug is not a problem. Role of bile also no problem. This all from the graph you are going to write. These also from the table you will explain this question. And this answer is the diffuse surface area. This is also not a problem. And how to find the rate, you know this thing. And this cylinder, how to keep the flat surface. And these all is easy. Whole variant actually is easy, I feel like that. And here, this question describing details how enzymes function using the pectinase as an example.
Yeah.
First, you
First,
will
the
write what?
properties of enzyme.
All the
First,
properties you are gone, right? Because look, the total marks is same. And here you will write property and how the enzyme works. After that, you will give the pectinase example.
Yeah.
So tell me the name of the substance which that hold the plant cell wall together.
Cell.
What are the substances which hold the plant cell wall together? So that you need to use pectinase enzyme to break it down. Pectin. So if you use pectinase enzyme, you can break it down and it will be easy for you to reduce that activation energy, and it will be easy for you to extract the fruit juice, and the volume of the juice will be more, it will be clear, cheaper, and as it is like the see, when we are making juice at home, it's not clear like the one you are buying, right? Because we need to squeeze it more, and the test also is not like that. Whenever you are using enzyme, the test also will increase. So boys, tomorrow that I'm going to start 17. That first I will do that 17 one. Shall I start one paper 6 tomorrow, or that you will do paper 4?
No, 17.
17, yeah. Tomorrow I'll start 17. 17 paper 4 or paper 6? Which one you want to do?
Paper 2.
Paper 4. Okay, paper 4.
Paper
Then I'll
4.
give you the attachment. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Bye, miss.
Thank you, miss.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
মায়ের বাসার থেকে ভালো।
Bye. Mahir.
Mahir is also telling me bye. Thank you.
Miss kick him out of the house.
Thank you.
Then
boys.
say bye, Mahir.
See you tomorrow, okay?
Okay,